Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
My next guest, who's a great journalist, she is, and she has a very popular show, the Megyn Kelly Show, very, very popular. You can find that on YouTube, youtube.com, Megyn Kelly. Megyn is Megyn, or wherever you get your podcast. Last time I was on, they got 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 10 billion views. It was a great time. And now Megyn is back here for the second time. And it's going to sound like virtue signaling, and I'm not going to keep doing this. This is it, I promise you, okay? I did do this last time you were on, but when I announced that Megyn Kelly is coming on, Megyn, I receive a lot of nasty, nasty, nasty messages from predominantly my Jewish friends. You know, I'm very, very close with Mark Levin, but I'm friendly with you, and you guys kill each other. O'Reilly, I'm very, very close with. He's like an uncle to me. He's coming up now. I love him. You guys have bad history. But specifically the Jewish thing, Tucker Carlson was in Israel yesterday, and I don't like him. Not even a little. He's not fooling me. Or Candace Owens. He's your friend. That's fine. But if I don't bring it up, this is not virtue signaling necessarily, but it kind of is. People want to know, how could you be friendly with Megyn Kelly when you have won all these awards and continue to? You're the King David of Israel, and she hangs out and likes people that don't like Israel. I don't care about I like them, I like the government. That's nonsense. So tell me why you and I get along, which we do, with all that said.
I just think we've both been in the business long enough to know most of this stuff is just total BS. You know, it's like in the past 5 years of my career, I've been called a racist, transphobe, a bigot, a pedophile supporter, an anti-Semite, a Hitler-esque neo-Nazi. Like, the list is so long, you know, so it's like, and I know you've had similar lists thrown at you. It's like either both of us are truly evil, terrible people, or being in the public eye leads to various hits that you have to put your big girl or big boy pants on and take like an adult.
Could be both, you know, Meg, just saying.
I just think we know each other. It's like, here's what I say.
Here's what I say when I defend you. I say, and again, don't get angry. I don't think Tucker's a good guy. I think he's an anti-Semite. Sorry. I don't think you are. I don't think in your heart of hearts you're an anti-Semite. I can't help who your friends are. God bless you. You can't help who my friends are. Again, I love Mark Levin. You guys kill each other every night on Twitter. But I really don't believe in my heart of hearts you're an anti-Semite. So either I'm right, and I think I am, or you fooled me. But that's how I feel, and I trust my heart.
Well, I appreciate that, but I have to be honest. I feel absolutely zero need to defend myself on this charge. My record speaks for itself, and I'm, as much as there's like a certain very active segment within, I don't even know if I'd say it's the Jewish community. I'd say it's like the very pro-Israel community that wants me to get on the knee and ask for them to pat me on the head. It's not going to happen. So we should move on.
All right. Are you mad?
I'm not mad. No.
Okay,
my show's crushing it. I've added hundreds of thousands of viewers and followers over the past 2 months. I've got over 110 million people tuning into me on YouTube every month.
Yeah.
And we're number one right now on
you know why?
podcasts on Apple. So I'm good.
You know why? Because you're great.
Because I'm a truth teller.
And you're great. I'm here to tell you you're great. So, I had to bring out that point because I've only gotten 1 million messages this morning. We got over with that. And we're not going to do it again. We've done it twice. It's enough of that. And the reason why you get all those numbers is you're great. And I watch and I listen all the time. And often on my show, we play your audio. So, for example, we play
yours.
Yeah, you do. Thank you. We played your audio yesterday. It was great when you told the story about how when Savannah Guthrie was a little girl, she played a kidnapping game with her cousin, Terry. And in the game, they would kidnap Savannah's mother, Nancy Guthrie. Now, you didn't, in that video, make it sound like, oh, my God, they're involved here. They did this. But it's certainly something to scratch your head over that here's this woman who has been kidnapped and no one can find her. And Savannah, who's become the face of this, actually played a game in her own words. You had the audio of a game where she had her mother kidnapped. Wild.
It's close. She was kidnapped. Savannah and her sister were kidnapped by cousin Terry, and then they call Savannah's mother and say, "We've been kidnapped, and you have to try to find us or come get us." And I found this because it was in her book. So we pulled the audio of her book, which came out just last year, 2024, on God and faith. Excuse me. And it is very eerie, Sid. It's very eerie for a couple of reasons. So first of all, that book is relatively recent and talks about kidnapping members of the Guthrie family, that's not normal. That's not like, we don't all have that experience in our childhood. That's a weird game. And I kind of am interested in where cousin Terry is. She's 20 years older, but I'm just saying it's a little bizarre. And then secondly, on top of that, you've got the news hitting yesterday that, this is via Fox News Digital, that they found somehow by reversing Google searching, somebody Googled, where does Nancy Guthrie live, on January 11th, which keep in mind is one of the dates that the cops out there are looking for people's Ring and Nest camera videos for. Where does Nancy Guthrie live? And also a Google image of Nancy Guthrie's house. And also, but we don't know if this is the same person, what is Savannah Guthrie's salary? So it's just kind of, and 3 months prior to all this, Savannah and the Today Show fronted a big piece of Savannah going back home to Tucson, featuring Nancy, featuring the sister Annie, showing the three of them out to drinks and margaritas and talking about how much they love Tucson, just calling attention to the fact that she lives in Tucson. This is what she looks like. It's just, all of this is very fishy and supportive of the one lane on the question of where's Nancy Guthrie that asks, could it possibly be a stalker? Could it be a Savannah super fan, deranged super fan, or deranged super hater, which is a very viable lane that we have to consider.
100%. This is Megyn Kelly. Her show's great. Megyn Kelly Show. Find it at youtube.com/Megyn Kelly or wherever you get your podcasts. So the Epstein files, I say the same thing over and over again. I don't care who you are. If it was President Trump, which it's not, thank God, my friend has already been exonerated, but I don't care who you are. Howard Lutnick, I like Howard, okay? If you've done something to an underage child, you need to go to jail today and maybe never get out. I'm okay with that. Never get out. I'm not protecting anybody. If it's my own family, brothers, sisters, cousins, Republicans, whatever, anybody who did that should go away. But I'm not consumed with this, and I got people who are almost angry with me that don't talk about the Epstein files all day. I've made myself very clear. If you're guilty, you go away. Are they dropping the ball, Pam Bondi? Maybe. Are you consumed with this? What was your stance on the Epstein files?
I'm not consumed with it. I'm interested in it, and I've always covered it. Not in any sort of rabid way, but I've always been on the news. And we did a deep dive on it yesterday on our show. And what my takeaway was, though I haven't personally poured over these 3 million documents that got released, I had a team come that had 3 reporters who had been poring over, and then my own team took a deep dive. What I gleaned is, while I don't see immediate evidence of criminality by a bunch of elites in America or elsewhere, I do see a disgusting, elitist, cultish group of power-hungry, billionaire-type prick men who loved taking advantage of 19-year-old Russian models who'd been promised by Epstein, a contract with Wilhelmina, but instead they wound up in selfies with Woody Allen.
Yeah.
And it just seems like no one gave 2 craps about his conviction where he pleaded guilty to solicitation of sex with a minor, of prostitution with a minor, which is not a thing. A minor can't be a prostitute. And they were all super willing to look the other way, even after the true story behind that guilty plea broke 10 years later. The guilty plea was 2008, and then 2018, the Miami Herald outed that there were dozens of young girls he'd been molesting, having molested him, if we want to be specific about it. And, he would have them in for the happy ending of his massages, and it would turn into very vile acts. And they didn't care. Like, they virtually, and it was bipartisan, Sid. It's like, everyone was willing to look the other way because he was rich. I mean, super rich and super well connected. And damn it, they wanted to go to that freaking island in the Caribbean and be treated like royalty. And some were royalty, as we see in the news today. It's just, so it makes regular people, look at it like, this is effing disgusting. If any of us did half of this stuff, we would be under arrest.
Of course.
At a minimum, we'd have our lives ruined. We'd never work again. We'd be persona non grata. We couldn't be seen in polite society. And look, I don't want to pick on Howard Lutnick, but he's the Commerce Secretary. And that guy lied to Miranda Devine's face. And we all love Miranda of the New York Post, telling her this BS story about how he lived next to Epstein. He got a tour by Epstein of the home. And he mentioned his massage table. He saw it in the middle of the dining room and how he loved the special massages. And he said, oh, my gosh, well, I'm never going to be seen in a room with that dirtbag again. That was like 2004. 2012, he was at the island.
I know.
He took his yacht down there with his family, had lunch with them. He started a business with Epstein in 2012, according to CBS News. So why lie about it? Why go on with Miranda Devine and try to, play holier than thou? Oh, I saw him from the beginning, and I knew.
Right.
It's like, I can't stand the hypocrisy.
No, listen, go get him.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our country has to offer, especially health care. Across every state, every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.